Hey guys, my name is Aaliyah. I'm a professional organizer, and today I'm going to show you how I organize on top of my kitchen counters and under my kitchen sink. Alright, let's start with the kitchen counters. Before I eliminated the stuff off of my kitchen counters, I used to have my blender sitting over here. It's a really loud blender, so I bought the little blender cozy to try to muffle the sound when I use it in the mornings. But sitting over here, that used to block a lot of the morning sunlight coming in. And on this side of the sink, I used to have my crock full of all of our cooking utensils. And then over here, we have our morning coffee station. I did used to use paper towel to as little drying mats on the counter. But this past year, I tried to really cut down on our paper towel usage. So I bought these awesome little silicone mats. I will give you a link below in case you're interested in these exact mats. I've had them for a couple months now and I'm really happy with them. And they're really easy to just throw into the dishwasher to wash them when they get dirty. So the reason why I decided to take some of this stuff permanently off of my countertops is because we have a really small kitchen, and the more things on the counters, the more space they were taking up on the countertop. Also, visually, it felt smaller because there were just more things everywhere. And like I said with the blender, it just blocked the light sitting there. So I love that I've found different places to put these things. Now with the blender, I have it up here in the cabinet right above, so I can just take it down in the mornings, make our smoothies, and then pop it back up into the cabinet. And I kind of thought that it was gonna be a pain to have to take it down every day, but you know what? That little bit of extra effort of taking it down and putting it back makes such a difference on the whole rest of the day. When we have a clear counter right here, there's so much more sunlight coming in, it's brighter, and it feels more open. The other thing I did was take our utensils out of the crock, and I made room for it in one of the drawers that we have that we were just storing Ziploc bags and the aluminum foil, that kind of stuff. I moved those into our pantry and decided to use that drawer instead for the cooking utensils. Another plus of moving the utensils to that drawer is now they are right next to our stove, so they are even more easily accessible. So my coffee area. When I moved the crock off of the counter and I got the new silicone mats, I looked at this coffee space in a whole new way. The cords had been plugged into an outlet on the counter, and I really never liked the way those cords looked. They were unsightly and unruly on the counter, and then crumbs would get under them, and it just made it a lot harder to clean the counters. And then it dawned on me, we have another outlet behind the refrigerator. So I just switched the order around on the counter and plugged them in behind the refrigerator. And now I just don't have to deal with those cords anymore, and it's awesome. Another benefit of having clean counters with less stuff everywhere is that it honestly makes it easier to keep the kitchen clean. I love having this clean open space so much that it has really motivated me to wash the dishes and to put them in the dishwasher at least once a day. And it has been great. Meal prep goes smoother. You walk in here in the morning and it's not like, I have to move all the dishes out of the way before I even make the smoothies, which is such a pain and takes time when you're trying to get to work. All right, so that's my countertops. Now let's get to under the sink. These cabinets in our kitchen are pretty old. This house was built in the 60s, and I think these cabinets came along with that. We haven't remodeled our kitchen yet. So for now, I'm going to put contact paper inside on the base of this cabinet. I am not gonna leave this in the description box below because I am just not happy with it. So I would not recommend this one. But if you do use a contact paper in your cabinets, find one that is just thicker feeling, and that's gonna last a lot longer. This thinner one with the appliances that we'd taken in and out of the cabinet, it's already torn a little bit on the edge of the shelf, so I'm just not really happy with this paper. Okay, so under my kitchen sink, I store my watering can, my plant fertilizers, my dishwashing pads, my dish soap, kitchen cleaner, sponges, and dishwashing gloves. I will be storing the same things under my sink, but I will be adding these. I bought these microfiber cloths as another way to cut back on our paper towel usage. And I think these are great. All right, let's get started. Step number 1, take everything out. Step number 2, vacuum and dust out any crumbs so that the contact paper will stick. Step 3, take a flexible measuring tape and measure in 3 spots. Measuring in 3 different places allows you to see where the inconsistencies are in your cabinet. Step 4, measuring and cutting your contact paper. Making 3 separate marks on your contact paper with the same measurement allows you to cut a straighter line. I'm using a large level to make a straight line. And then just cut the paper. And the last step is to put the contact paper in the cabinet. Position it where you want it, and then still holding it down, I'm gonna try to rip this backing, actually, I'm gonna rip this backing off. Sorry if that's loud. Then hold here again, lay this down. Just kind of unfolds and flat. And once you have that good and stuck down, then you grab this side and fold it back to where the backing paper starts again and pull that off. Then take the backing paper, hold down the original part that you stuck down, and pull the paper off. And while you pull the paper straight away, the rest will unfold down onto the shelf. Finish pulling that off, and then smooth out any wrinkles and air bubbles. And there you go, the contact paper is in the cabinet, and it is looking better already. And now it's time to load everything back into the cabinet. The final thing that I'm going to add is an adhesive towel bar. This will be where I hang the current microfiber cloth that I'm using in the kitchen. This way the towel can dry, keeping the kitchen looking clutter-free. So to install the bar, remove the packaging. I'm kind of eyeballing it onto the cabinet door. Then you press and hold the bar for 60 seconds. And here's the microfiber towel hanging up to dry. And for my dish gloves, I use this little command hook. It's a clip, and it makes it super easy to just grab the hook, stick the gloves in, And there you go. They can dry in the cabinet and out of sight. Here it is, all finished. This looks so good. I'm really happy with this. And it will be a lot easier to keep it organized and neat. All right, that's it. I hope this video has inspired you to take a look around your kitchen and see if there's any changes that you can make to make your life simpler and a little more stress-free. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And also, please subscribe and you can see more videos like this in the future. If you're interested in any of my organizing services, please visit my website at adorganizing.com. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.